quick walk around family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2025 Honda Civic Si sedan in crystal black pearl. For 2025, Honda's made some changes inside and out. Now this Si do have some goodies on it, so if you want to see what some accessories look like, here's a prime example. We're going to start off with the front fascia. You're going to have your full LED headlamps. So you have LED low beam that's on the outside, LED high beam that's in the middle, LED daytime running lights, and LED turn signals. There's no fog lights available on the Si. You do have a newer front bumper and a newer grille. Honda doesn't have an HBD package anymore for 25. You have to piece them separately. So it does have the HBD little front spoilers and the HBD rear as well, but I'm gonna show you guys that in a second. We have the blacked out Honda emblem you can get with your accessories. SI badge lets you know, sport injected. You don't have a regular Civic. And with the new grille design, you have this little piece right here that's also new, and you have this more mount design at the bottom with the exposed and the cool at the bottom. Coming along to the sides, you do have a new design on the rims as well. Honda kept it 18s, but you can see you still have that kind of like a matte finish that I love. Tires are 235 40 18s. Now, I didn't really like the new design of the SIs of these rims until I seen this. It says SI on the rim. That's fire. I mean, I still like the previous Si rim design better, but that's a nice touch that Honda added. You're still gonna have your wide windshield, so updated Honda sensing camera versus the previous Civic. You do have the updated windshield wipers as well, slimmer A-pillars, give you better visibility, and also reduce the blind spot. This one does have the door visors on the windows as well, and the windows are tinted, so it won't be this dark from factory. So the black on black with the tint looks very nice, especially with the window visors. They kind of blend in a little bit. This one does have a protection package too, so you have wheel locks, splash guards, and a cargo tray. For 2025, Honda gave the Si a side skirt. So on the previous Si, if you would have added the HBD package, it would have gave you, I believe, a side skirt. It would have gave you the front little canards and a diffuser in the rear. Because the 25s have a built-in side skirt, you can't get a side skirt anymore. Also, this has body-side molding, so this is how it'll look on your Si if you want to add it. You have gloss black mirror caps, and you have a flat black down below. Because this one is black, don't really notice that too much. It kind of blends in. You do have a moonroof that's standard on the Si. If you get a non-Si, you have to get a Sport Touring to even get a moonroof. Actually, no, I'm lying. The Sport Hybrid, Sport Touring will give you a moonroof. But Honda considered the Si to be on its own, I guess, like lineup, pretty much. Now, coming along to the rear, I love the, I'm about to say HBD, I love the Si spoiler. You can add a spoiler to your Civic. It's a similar design, but it's more bubbly. I like how this one looks a lot better. You do have the black H, blacked out Civic, Si, let you know you don't have a regular Civic. Shark fin style antenna that is body colored. And LED is a combination LED tail light. So LED on the brake lights, you can see your turn signals are regular bulbs, and your reverse lights is also traditional bulbs. Your, I believe these are LED, yeah, your license plate light is LED. Now, it says HPD on the lower, I guess you call it the rear diffuser. This is what I was talking about, how the previous Si had the HPD package that came with the diffuser and the front canards, you know, and the side skirts. But now you have to add it separate, but that's how it'll look. Dual exhaust, standard on the Si. The 1.5 turbo 4-cylinder now is standard on the Si because the normal Civic no longer has this motor anymore. So this still makes 200 horsepower, but the hybrid Civic now also makes 200 horsepower from the 2-liter, and they got rid of the 1.5. But if you want a more engaging driving, you want a manual transmission, you don't want a Type R, this is the way to go. A lot of people are complaining that the Si has the same power as a regular Civic, but like I said, you don't buy an Si because it's fast, you buy an Si because it's fun to drive. You have a capless fuel filler, so no gas tank. If you lock the door, it'll lock the tank itself. Blind spot monitoring is also standard on the Si. And also, I forgot to show you guys something on the trunk. This one also has the rear bumper applique. There's a lot of dust and sand on it, but it'll help protect the rear bumper. If you're familiar with Honda's new design, you're gonna be familiar with this key. This is the latest key that Honda has for all of the new Hondas now. You have lock, unlock, pop the trunk. You have a panic button as well too. You can set the alarm off, and there is an emergency key fob, not key fob, emergency key in the fob itself. Now when you pop the trunk, it doesn't open all the way like the Touring or the Sport Touring. That's something dedicated for to support touring. But you do have smart entry. So you have it on the driver door and the passenger door. If you tap these little lines right there, it'll lock all the doors. Put your hand in there, it'll unlock all the doors. Well, just the driver door on the driver's side. If you put your hand on the passenger door, it will unlock all 4 doors. You can go into settings and change it where it'll unlock the driver door. Now, on the interior, you do have some additional accessories as well we have in this guy, but the SI does have one interior color. But before we look into that, I want to show you guys the door card. So you have hard touch up here. You have a piano black here. You have a little silver piece for the door handle. And you do have this kind of cloth material that's like red and black checkered. And this is cloth as well. It's also soft touch, stitching on the armrest. And then you have this little red strip right here, kind of break up the door handle. And I like the material that Honda uses for the SIs here. This one got tint, so that's why you got the little tape on there. But you have auto up down for the driver and passenger window. The rear windows you have to hold, power locks, power mirrors. And you have some storage down here as well too, little bottle holder and storage. Now, on the driver's seat, it is manual on the SIs. So you either pump this to go up and down, you pump this guy to move your seat forward and back, and then you do have your bar here to adjust it to go forward and back. The passenger side is also a 4-way manual. These seats, these bucket seats, are unique to the SI. So you can see, actually I'll show you the passenger one because I'm not going to take the plastic off. But you can see the headrest is kind of built into the seat and it's bolstered. It's bolstered a lot more than your normal Civic. It's not as bolstered as the Type R, but it's more bolstered than your normal Civic. Feels good, it'll hug you in place. Most frames will fit in there. I had to take off my ND filter so you guys can see a little bit better. I know the sun is going down. Now this SI does have the illuminated door sills that you can get as an additional accessory as well. Let's actually get in here. Like I said, the seats hug you, feels good. The bolstering is not too bolstered. I think most people will like it. Now, you do have 3 pedals down here. Now, I know a lot of you people are gonna be like, what's that pedal? So you do have your sport pedals, the gas, brake, and the clutch. Dead pedal is like a same plastic material. It's not the same thing as these pedals, but this is one of the reasons why you buy this SI over a regular Civic or a hybrid. You do have a manual telescoping steering wheel, so you can go in and out and up and down as well too. And then we're gonna put the clutch in and start this bad boy up. It's still push button to start, so you push the button over here, everything comes to life. So I'm gonna show you guys some new things that's on the SI now that you didn't get on the 24. Let's go ahead and close that door up. On the left side of the steering wheel, you do have an air vent here. Now what's unique to the SI is the red that's around the vent itself. You do have your dimmer switch here. You have your traction control on and off there, and you can pop the hood down there. Now it is leather wrapped and it is red stitched on the steering wheel with some piano black in the middle. I like this little silver piece that they add as well. What's new for 25 is the SI is finally get the full digital display. I think it's a 10.2 inch display. On the previous SI, you get the smaller, I think it was like a 5-inch or a 7-inch, but it was half digital and half analog. Now you get the full digital. Also up above, you get the shift lights that's standard on the SI now that the 24s didn't have. You do have your light switches over here. So you have off, auto, parking, and on, and you do have auto high beams as well. So if you're driving somewhere and there's no street lights on at all, it'll automatically turn on the high beams. If you see someone, it'll turn off automatically for you, which is nice. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your next track, previous, volume, voice control. This scroll wheel will control this left pod over here. And on the right side over here, you have some of your cruise control features and your Honda sensing features. So for example, cruise on and off, cancel, resume set, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist. This scroll wheel will also control this right section over here. On your wipers, you have your mist all the way up, off, intermediate, low, and high. Auto rain sensing windshield wipers is standard on the Sport Touring. Now, if you use this wheel over here and scroll, you'll be able to see, you can switch it between phone, AM, FM, customize. So I think here you can like view and display different things. So you can uncheck different apps you don't want on there. You can hide the stopwatch and the audio and clock as well. So if you want like a clean look, barely any information, you can. Alexa's built in, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, USB, all the good stuff there. I'm just gonna hit back. On the right side, if you hit this right wheel over here, you can do a lot of different customization. So for example, right now it's on range and fuel. You have custom display. So here you can hide and show different apps as well on the right side. And you can change the gauge design. So if you want it on bar, you can have it on bar where it's up and down for your speedometer and tachometer. Round is how we just had it, and round minimal will show the same thing but just less information. I'm gonna leave it on bar because that's what most people are used to. And let's get back. Let's get out this menu here. If you want to view anything, you can, and see how it went away. Also, this is how you switch from miles per hour to kilometers. Here's your safety support. So here you can have your safety features on and off, road departure, blind spot monitoring, collision mitigation, and that's pretty much it. Oil life, we have the seatbelts on. You have a G meter, which is cool to have, and then your acceleration and your braking pressure as well too. So brake and then gas, and you have your turbo gauge as well, and you do have, or you're fully awake to drive. You don't want to fill up those bars, and you have a compass, and then engine speed, back to range and fuel. So some customization you can do. You do have your gas gauge over here, because I think when you had the half digital, half analog, the gas gauge was right here in the middle, so they moved that to the side, and then engine temperature is on the left side as well too, following with your headlight if you have auto headlights on as well. On the right side of the steering wheel, you will have the new updated UI. So this is Google built in now, so the UI is completely different. It's all Google, and because it's Google, you do have Google Maps built in. So the Sport Touring also will have this feature, and you also will have it on the SI. I'm just hurry up and go through this so you guys can see what it looks like. Look at that. So you have Google Maps built in. You can even change it to satellite view, which is cool. It looks exactly how it'll look on your computer. Cool to have that. Now you don't have to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay to get into Google Maps. It's already built in. Now the UI is a little bit different. So your shortcuts are on the side now instead of it on the bottom. So here you can see you have FM, shortcut to Apple CarPlay, and you can customize it kind of how you want it. But you have maps, you have phone, you have FM tucked away there. Because you have Google built in, you do have the Play Store as well. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it is wireless on the SI, Alexa built in, Google Assistant. So you can say things like, hey Google, turn on my heated seats. Speaking of heated seats, that's also new for 25. The previous SI did not have heated seats. But Google Assistant, you can tell it to do all types of things like open my garage, change my radio stations, take me to Starbucks, all types of things. This is actually a really cool system. And then you have vehicle settings, general settings, and actually vehicle settings. Let's look into here because I always like this new UI. I always like the UI of the newer Civics or just the newer Honda product. And oh, actually, I didn't want to go in there. I wanted to go to door setup to show you guys. You have walkway auto lock feature as well. Because this is a manual transmission, you do not have remote start. Forgot to mention that when we were looking at the keys. You have lighting setup, you have door setup, plenty of customization you can do in your SI now, especially with the new UI. And you also have profile settings. So when you turn on the SI, it'll ask you which profile you want to log into. So you can have multiple different profiles on here, which is cool. So if you go to profiles, I can add a profile, or as the owner, I could put my name and have all my settings how I want it, which is a nice touch too, which is also new for 2025. And of course, Bluetooth, trip computer, USB, AM, system updates. You have Wi-Fi hotspot. I don't think the previous SI had a Wi-Fi hotspot. Maybe it did. I don't think it did. But you have Wi-Fi hotspot now in the 25s. And I believe you have the updated Honda Link 2 on the SI. When we look at the brochure, I'm going to make sure. You have a compass. You have display mode. You have all your apps. And like I said, you have this piece over here too, which is all your shortcuts. And easy to use. It's still a 9-inch display like the previous SI. You just have the new UI and these physical buttons over here. So you have a home, back, volume, power, next track, and previous as well. This layout has been in the Civic since 22, since they went to this generation. And the SI just give you a red little piece around the vents, let you know that you have a sportier Civic, but everything still feels good. This feels very premium. Feels like, you know, more than a $30-some-thousand car. And then piano black, of course, on this portion right here, which I'm not a big fan of, but at least it's not everywhere, all over the car. Also, this is soft touch, this is soft touch, and that's soft touch as well. The SI also will give you a Bose 12-speaker premium sound system. Sounds good. That's also in the Sport Touring, but you can also get it on your SI. The 24s had that as well too. That's not new. And you have a single zone still though, no dual zone climate control. So you have a single zone passenger temperatures based on the drivers as well, but you have auto on and off, air circulation, front defrost, fan speed on and off, heated side mirrors, AC on and off, your different modes as well. And below that, you have 2 USB-C ports. So USB-A is gone, no longer in the Civic, no longer in the SI, and you have a power outlet right next to them as well. You have this little light, no wireless phone charger. But I don't know if you can add as an accessory. When we build one, we'll double check. I know the Sport Touring will come with that. Now, you have this guy, which is going to be the one reason why you even buy an SI. So you have a 6-speed manual transmission. The shifter is very smooth. It's shorter as well too, and it feels good to the hand, a little bit notchy as well. I love the feel of the shifter. Honda make good transmission, especially the manual transmission. It's a good throw. It's not too long, it's not too short. It's a little notchy, but not too launchy, and you know what gear you're in as well too. And putting this guy in reverse, I'm sure you have the backup camera. No 360 on the SI, but you do have the multi-angle backup camera. So wide angle, you have normal, and you have looking directly down, and you have cross traffic on and off. There's no parking sensors on the SI, so you won't have that extra button where you can make it smaller and have the radar all around there, and you have your brightness as well. The quality of the backup camera is always, that's one thing I don't like about the new generation of Civics, is the backup camera. They're using the backup camera from the previous generation, I believe, and it's having on a bigger screen, so it looks a little grainy, but not a big deal. To the left of the shifter, you have a drive mode button here. You have different modes. You have sport, individual, and normal. I'll show you guys over here. So you have individual, sport, and normal. And in individual mode, you can customize your drive. So you can hit customize, and you can change the engine to either normal or sport, steering, engine sound, because I believe you have pumped in audio in the SI, so you can customize if you want to hear the pumped in audio. If not, I believe that's how that works. And you can change the gauge from normal to sport as well too, which is cool. And that changed everything red. So it's in sport right now. I'm gonna put it back to normal, so you can see how it went back to gray. Below that, you have your engine idle stop button as well. It's interesting that they had this on the SI, but they do. Electronic parking brake. You do have your brake hold, so this will hold your brake while you're in neutral, so it won't let you roll until you get into gear or let you move. This is a good way to teach someone manual transmission, but this shifter and clutch is so easy to use. I don't think you would even need to use that teaching someone manual transmission. I love that this is not piano black. I love this same texture and material that's by the door. And you do have your cup holder here, of course, because of the shifter. It's a different design than the regular Civic. And then the armrest here, you can see it is cloth and red stitched. And on the inside, you don't have anything but storage. Now, I believe this is shorter because they had to redesign that because they have this. But still nice, plenty of storage in there. You do have a glove box here that is not lockable. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is damp, not lined with felt, but it has been styled. And above the touchscreen display, you do have a normal rearview mirror, no auto dimming rearview mirror. Now, you do have LED lighting throughout the whole cabin. Probably should have had that on so you guys can see in here. The sun is setting. And I think this is new too. You have an SOS button here where you can flip that open and push it, and it'll call anyone for like an emergency. I believe you speak to an operator. You do get a power moonroof on the SI, and no panoramic moonroof, just a standard. And it'll also ventilate. Oh, it's windy outside. It'll also ventilate and go up as well too. Ford will close it. And then you do have a visor here with, you do have a light, but it's not LED, but at least they give you a mirror with a light. And the passenger side also get the same as well. Let's jump out of here and go into the rear seats while we have some sunlight, because the sun is definitely setting, but it is a beautiful day today. This is how wide the rear door is open. Oh, it's getting windy out here. So back here on this door card, you don't get the red like you do get up front. It's just black back here, which makes sense. Hard touch up here. This is not gloss black or piano, just flat black. This is hard touch as well. The armrest is soft because you have the cloth on here, but no red stitching back here. You have your window button. I'm glad they brought this material at least back here, but no red striping like in the front. You do have a tweeter, speaker, and same style door handle as well. Because the front have the door sill, they do put one in the back if you add this as an accessory. And the rear seats do not get the red insert in the middle, like the checkered red, like the front seats, but you do get the red stitching, so that's nice as well. And let's actually get back here. And then sitting behind the driver, there's no mat pocket behind the driver. There's no air vents back here, no USB-Cs or anything. A lot of people complain about that in the Civics, but I mean, it is what it is. Honda didn't put it in there. Now on the back of the passenger seat, you do get a mat pocket, and let me take the seatbelt off. You do get a armrest with cup holders as well. So you do get that, which is nice. The headrests are built into the seats, and you do get an LED lighting back here as well. Let's jump out of here. Not really much going on in the back seat. Take a look at the trunk. Now this SI does have the protection package, like I told you, cargo tray, Willock splash guards. This one also has the all-season floor mats as well. Now let's look underneath the floor. Your normal SI won't come with this. You have to add this as an accessory. It would just be the carpet floor at the bottom. And you don't get a spare tire on the SI. You get additional storage and a flat fix kit. If you lift up this little black foam, you still got the little hole where you can put a spare tire, so you probably could still get one put in there. I don't know from Honda if Honda sells a spare tire kit, but you can at least buy one and put one back there. The rear seats do fold down and they split, so you have one handle here and one handle here, and you can have a 60-40 split, which is cool. Still spacious on the SI, and I like that Honda added a few goodies that a lot of people was complaining on the previous SI. Do another walk around. I'm gonna show you guys the window sticker. Hopefully you guys can hear me because it's super windy. So on the window sticker, 25 Civic Si, crystal black pearl, 27 city and 37 highway. There's no charge for this color. Destination handling is $10.95. You're looking at $31,045 MSRP. If you made it this far in the video, you didn't click off, you've been watching up to this point, I appreciate you. I always tell you guys, thank you for tuning in. So we have the 2025 Honda Civic Si. Honda considered the Si now its own thing. Previously, like years ago, if I looked up a trim walk of the Civic, it'll be LX, Sport, EX, SI, EXL Touring, whatever. But yeah, now they have it on its own trim walk. So the Si still has the 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine. On the normal Civics, like the EXs, the Tourings, the Sport Tourings, the EXL, no longer have this motor because it has been replaced with the 2-liter hybrid powertrain. So on a normal Civic, either you can get a 2-liter 4-cylinder or 2-liter hybrid, like no turbo at all. So right now the SI is the only one with the 1.5. Now a lot of people are going to complain that the hybrid Civic makes 200 horsepower and the SI makes 200 horsepower. Why would I buy a SI if I get a hybrid that has you know, same horsepower, more torque, all that good stuff? Remember, you buy an SI because it's fun to drive. You don't buy an SI because it has crazy horsepower. If you look at SIs in the past, it's always been that way. They took the normal Civic, they injected with Sport, that's what SI is, Sport injected, and they made the Civic a little bit more fun to drive. That's still this case. If you want a manual transmission, you want to be a little bit more connected with the vehicle, you get the SI over the hybrid. If you need to be fuel efficient and you know you want fully loaded, all that good stuff, get the hybrid. But if you want something a little bit different, you still have the SI as an option. So 200 horsepower, 192 foot-pound of torque. Now, I'm not going to sit here and read everything here. You guys can pause the video and check it out. But the SI is still a good option if you want something different, you want something sporty, and still good on gas. So 6-speed manual transmission with rev match control. And the SI is 6-speed manual only. Thank you, Honda. I don't know why some people were saying they should put a dual clutch in it. They should put an automatic in it. The SI needs to stay a manual. What is wrong with people? You guys are crazy. You have the limited slip differential in there, makes a difference going around corners. You know, you have all your safety features standard on the SI, blind spot, adaptive cruise control, and a manual transmission, which is really nice. A lot of manuals out there, the little that's left, don't have a lot of the safety features standard because of manual. But you have the different drive mode system. You know, you have much stuff is standard in the SI, which is interesting because years before, I think it was the EF that was the first SI in the States. I don't remember, but I think it was the EF because it was before the EG. That was a Civic, and it was just a little bit fun to drive than regular Civic. That's all it was. It wasn't no premium and loaded, have a bunch of features. And then you look at today's SIs, and Honda gave you a bunch of features in there, especially for 25. The updates they did, small updates, but can be big to some people. So we're gonna jump out of here and just go ahead and build one because you guys are pretty familiar with what's in the SI. So let's jump in and build one out. I don't gotta choose a model because SI is only one. And like I showed you guys before, 1.5, you get the light flywheel in this guy, direct fuel ejected, close ratio, 6-speed manual transmission. I love the shifter in the SI. It feels perfect. It's not too notchy, it's not too long. It's just the perfect shifter. It's actually really nice. Now we're gonna look into colors, and Honda made it really simple with the SIs. You have Crystal Black Pearl, you have Rally Red, and those are your two options without a premium cost on it. You have Platinum White Pearl, and you have Urban Gray Pearl. Urban Gray Pearl replaced Sonic Gray. Shout out to everyone on TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, Shaquem Walkaround, check it out. I dropped some quick walkarounds on there. If these videos are too long, go on my TikTok. I do a quick, brief walk around. A lot of people are saying that because I did a Urban Gray Sport Touring Hybrid, a lot of people saying they don't like the color. They prefer Sonic Gray, so on and so on, but to each his own, right? So you do have 455 for these two colors, but we're gonna click on black. Interior is one interior color, so I'm not really gonna stress that. And I've done a few my Civic walkarounds, and I've always said that I love these 18-inch cold alloy wheels, and that's still the case today. Like if I get an SI, I'll probably put these on over the stock wheels. Now don't get me wrong, I love that it says SI stamped in the wheel, but I do prefer the previous wheel design on the SI than this current one. But I like that Honda did switch it up a little bit and add that little touch with the SI. So let's look at some packages. And from the factory, you can add high performance tires. So if you don't want the all-season tires, you get something a little bit more grippy. On accessory packages, you got all-season protection 1, 2, and protection package. Not really much going on there. We're gonna jump into the accessories, and for electronic, engine block heater, that's, you know, traditional. And interior, you don't really got that much to choose from. All-season floor mats and cargo hook nets, and you know, the high wall carpet floor mats, door sill, trim, either the film or the illuminated one, trunk tray. Nothing too crazy. And on the exterior, you got body side molding and all your protective stuff, the door visor black, and the blacked out emblems. And this SI that I did have a lot of these accessories on it already, so you guys can get an idea what it'll look like. And no more HPD package. So I don't know if you guys saw the Acura Integra HRC. That company HRC took over HPD. So I don't know if there's gonna be no more HPD anymore, or maybe they're gonna continue HPD for Honda and HRC just for Acura. But I know that company took over HPD. And previously, the SIs did have, or the Civic in general had an HPD package where it will come with the front spoiler, the rear lip, and side skirt. But now for 2025, SI comes standard with a side skirt, kind of like the hatchback, which is nice. So now there's only these two, so I guess that's why they got rid of the HPD package. I don't know, but you can still at least add these two on there. So let's go ahead and jump in and actually build one up. So $29,950 is your base price, no charge for Crystal Black Pearl. Destination handling is $10.95, and with the destination handling, you could live behind the factory or live across the country from the factory. Everyone pays that price, so pretty interesting. You're looking at $31,445. Now pricing is gonna be very selective. It's based on your dealership. I've heard people pay 5 over, 10 over MSRP. I've heard people pay below MSRP. I've heard customers paying MSRP. Some people say they pay invoice. To each his own. Every dealership is different. So if you're shopping for one of these, you may have to leave your state to go get one. But chances are dealerships probably prefer to sell in their state anyways, or some don't mind, they'll sell out of state. I know that my dealership are not gonna get 5 or 10 of these just laying around. Like whenever I get one, either it's pre-sold or as soon as it touched a lot, we all make our phone calls, car's gone. So it's what it is. It's like that. And Type R is even rare. But with SIs, yeah, we don't. Civics right now is just a hot car. It's just hard to have anything. That's why it took me so long to do my sport touring video, because the first two that we got sold like that. I couldn't even see it. So that's why with this one still has the plastic and stuff on there. Even the lighting. Usually when I do a walk around, it's like early in the day, I have more lighting. But I couldn't risk it with this SI because you never know when the thing gonna sell, and then I'm gonna miss a video. And this is, this is what I do, So I'll give you guys information. Try to jump on the newest Hondas, and we're gonna be branching off to other brands too. So, anyways, I'm gonna end this here. Let me know what you think about the SI. Follow my TikTok, Shaquem Walkaround. We can discuss. If you want like a quick walk around, I do it on TikTok. And then if you like these longer videos, then you got YouTube here for it. But let me know what you guys think. I think it's a good upgrade. The tech that the Honda added, it was well needed. Now, granted, this is not a luxury car. This is not a fully loaded car. It's supposed to be a fun drive and mostly it. Even if Honda didn't do these upgrades, I still been fine with the SI because it's like they stick to the DNA, but of course it's just a modern version to it. But drop a comment below. I'm gonna catch you in the next walk around.